Welcome, everybody, and we'll be starting the press conference for the Canada versus Venezuela game for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. I'll ask two questions for player and coach, and then we'll throw it out to the media. First question for Coach Nate. Coach, solid, comprehensive win. The big news of the day is that you've qualified for the 2023 World Cup. Your thoughts on today?
Yeah, absolutely. The qualification, that's what we were here for. We've taken every game one game at a time. All our focus has been on Venezuela here for the last couple months, and the guys showed up and played that way. The professionalism of this team, I love they were just relentless in everything that we were doing. I think we were +9 on that glass in the first half. We challenged them in the locker room, and they ended up 54-26 on the glass, +18. It's just a heck of a job. I just thought our guys kept coming out in waves. And we did. We qualified. We'll enjoy that one here tonight, and then we'll get ready for Panama here over the next couple days. Games keep coming.
Thank you, Coach. A question for Cassius. 16 points. It's a really emphatic win, and the big news of the day is also the fact that you're 9-0 in the qualifiers. Your thoughts on your performance, the team's performance, and what this means to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. A lot of us come from far away to come play these games, but I mean, for me, and I can speak for a lot of guys on the team, this is almost like a vacation for us. It's super focused, of course, but like being with our countrymen and especially being on Canadian soil is amazing for us. Being able to play for our country is super fun, and we play such a fun style of basketball. We share the ball, as you've seen tonight. And to us, it doesn't matter, who's scoring, who's not scoring, who's on the bench, who's on the court. It's all fun for us. And like Coach said, we're super excited that we qualified. But it's been a long time coming for the country, and we've been at it for about a year now, over a year with these windows. And yeah, we still got 3 more games. But yeah, we're a super focused team. Such a team that's together. So yeah, it's not enough that I can say about the guys and but our work ethic and all that stuff.
Thank you. I'll ask the floor to ask questions. If you can please hold that mic and ask your question. Thank you.
Just a question about that first quarter. I don't think they had a shot that wasn't hotly contested. I mean, they scored, I think, 10 points, but you had hands up, a lot of times doubling on the ball. You talked about that relentlessness, Coach. How pleased were you when you saw? I think there was like 3 air balls in that first quarter.
Yeah, it's one of the big things that we talk about is shot contests, and we really do. We want to contest every shot with everything that we got. I loved how we disrupted the things that they were trying to get in, the sets that they were trying to do. Even the man sitting next to me here on Cassius, I can't say enough about him, on his focus on defense and how physical he plays and the pace at which he plays. He's very hard to guard, and he knows how to guard other shooters. Zamora and Vargas, they got some guys that can really play. And I thought we did a really good job of being physical with them. And all of our team defense was really locked in there, like you mentioned. And I think another one of my favorite parts was, we gave up 23 points in the second half. I think it was 11 in the third and 12 in the fourth. But it doesn't happen unless you start the game that way as well, to your point.
And maybe just talk about them coming in so late. Did you know you had that chance to jump on them?
Yeah, and we've been talking about this. And every player and every coach, when you coach this long and you play this long, you're going to have circumstances like that happen. We knew they were going to come in ready to go. They had a long travel day and all those things, and arriving late. We knew they were going to show up and play. That's a very tough team, a well-coached team. Their players are out there fighting. Big credit to our guys, but we said we wanted to come out and hit first and hit again and again, and they did. I love coaching this team. I really do. They just, like I said before, they kept coming at them, and it's an honor to coach for this country and this team, and it's really fun to watch.
Question for both of you. it was a packed crowd in Edmonton. What are your thoughts on the crowd here in Edmonton? What was your thoughts on Edmonton's crowd being, packed here? Because, we've seen, no matter for Canada basketball, no matter if it's Team Canada, the Stingers, the crowd in Edmonton loves this ball no matter what team is playing here in Expo Center.
Go ahead, Cassius.
Yeah, the crowd was awesome tonight. I love the turnout. I think, every game we play on Canadian soil is a treat for the fans, be able to watch some of the homegrown talent. We got to play in Hamilton in the last one and Edmonton now. But yeah, Edmonton came out and we really appreciate that. A lot of people traveled too. I know a lot of families came out and friends traveled from, a lot of us are from Toronto and Ontario, so they made a little trip. But yeah, it really helps us.
Yeah, I agree. Anytime you get to play on your home turf, you want to take advantage of it. This is my second time here in Edmonton over the last month and a half or so. The city has treated us so well. Our entire team, myself, our coaches, our staff, everybody. Fun to play here. The fans were great tonight, very knowledgeable basketball fans. And like Cassius said earlier, too, really good basketball players coming through this country. The youth basketball players that are coming, it's going to continue to grow and grow. There's probably, 22, 23 guys in the NBA right now. Some very, very good pros overseas, like the man to my right, who is on his way. And the youth is coming. So for my kids at home to look up to these guys, and some of the players on the team have kids, and then the kids in the stands, the youth basketball players, the youth coaches, basketball is really coming here in the country of Canada.
I just want to question about the balance of scoring on this team. It's kind of fitting that you guys clinched the World Cup berth today, and you get balanced scoring from pretty much everybody on the team. I think 11 to 12 guys scored points. What does that say about basketball and the Canadian game? It's kind of what you see all the time. It's one guy stepping up, one guy getting the board, or one guy scoring at a certain point of time, and it could be different guys as well. How important is that to have that balance across the board, whether it's this team, some of the NBA guys or not?
Yep. It's the right way to play. Cassius mentioned it. It's a fun style to play. I thought our extra passes tonight were tremendous. I thought every man that was open was getting the ball delivered to him. And not only, we talk about our passes a lot in practice and through these windows, and we want to make on-target passes. And we want, if I pass it to Cassius, man, I want to put that thing right in that shooting pocket so he can make it. And he did that tonight at a very high level. He can play off the dribble, plays on the catch, but he makes the right play, and that's what it is for everybody else out there. They do. It's the way to team defense creates team offense. The more you share, it can be a different guy every single night. And when teams do that, they normally end up on top, like we did here tonight.
I've asked a lot of other teams about this, especially teams and countries that have a lot of possible NBA players who are going to play in the World Cup. How many of these guys on this team do you think deserve a good, legitimate shot to play in the World Cup? Because a lot of people think, well, it's just going to be the NBA players. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good basketball players on this team. So just talk about that and, what the mentality is and what you say to the players after, a lot of them have had a big role in getting to the spot.
Yep, absolutely. Every one of these guys will get a very hard look at being part of this roster. There's been a few guys, Cassius and Tommy and Phil, that have been at all 9 games, I believe. Every game that's been played. So you talk about commitment and high level of basketball. They got it, as well as the rest of the guys. Some guys have played 2-3 games. Some guys have played 8 or 9, like I mentioned. And they'll all get a hard look at it. And no matter what, whatever the roster is, whatever shape it takes, every guy has tried to do their part along the way for this team and this country, and that says and means a lot.
One final question for both of you. With the World Cup qualification now out of the way, how do you approach the next few games, especially the game on Sunday against Panama, and then you fly down south to Argentina and Venezuela? What's the mindset and what's the objective?
Just keep getting better at, we call them our pillars. We got things that, like Coach said, we focus on, like our tag and pursues, our contests, our ball pressure, being in the gap, stuff like that. Just getting better at those things. And we have a saying, like Coach said before the game, we got to prove and reprove, regardless of if we qualified or if we got a couple more games to go. We're still, out for blood. We're not letting up. doesn't matter who we're playing or if we've, like I said, if we've qualified already, you know, we're coming to get better as a team and play our style of basketball and dominate as much as we can. We're not here to lose, no matter who we play, regardless if we win by, you know, 25 or 50. So that's kind of our mindset.
Yeah, very well said. And like I said earlier, we'll enjoy this one tonight, and then we start getting ready here the next couple days for Panama, and that's our next focus, Panama, period.
Thank you, everybody. That concludes the press conference. Thank you for attending. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here.